Hi there, Jeffrey Rhoades from Experimental Homesteader, Exotic Gardening, and Sheri and Richerson.com. Well, I am beat. We went to the state fair last night. We went to the free air supply concert, which I suppose wasn't really free because we did have to pay to get into the state fair, and we had to pay for parking. But it was minimal amount of money spent to see the concert, and we didn't have to spend any extra to get into the concert itself. It was a great show. They have been doing this for 44 years and they still sound phenomenal. You know, the songs are just wonderful. We had a great time. I went live on Facebook, was doing pretty good with the video, and then my iPhone decided to overheat and shut down on me. So I had to wait a while for it to cool back down so that I could go back live on Facebook. Oh, but it was a good night. But got to bed about midnight, got up at 3 a.m. So managed to get through the day on about 3 hours worth of sleep. And I'm getting too old. I used to go for days without sleep. Now it just comes back and hurts. But an occasional, sacrifice. Anyways, on a historical note, today's date is the anniversary of the U.S. dropping the first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, Japan. It basically was the end of World War II. The bomb devastated the city. Japan did not surrender right away. We wound up dropping a second bomb on August the 9th. 3 days later, bombed Nagasaki, and after that was when Japan surrendered. I think the first bomb, in part, it was such a shock that it took them a little while to react, and we dropped the second one before they really had come to grips with the total devastation that the first bomb had caused. Of course, when we dropped the second bomb, we were actually out of fissionable materials. We didn't have another bomb available, so if they'd have continued to resist, we'd have just been out 2 bombs. Basically, we had been able to manufacture enough for 3 bombs. The first bomb was a test bomb detonated down at White Sands, New Mexico, a place called Trinity Site. Last I knew, they still open the site twice a year to tourists, so you can see where they actually detonated the first bomb. They weren't sure that it was actually going to work when they tested it, and that was in the end of July, and then the 6th of August they dropped 1 bomb, and the 9th of August they dropped the second bomb. Parts to, I believe it was the first bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima, were delivered to the island of Tinian by the USS Indianapolis. unfortunately, the Indianapolis, on its way back to the U.S., was torpedoed and sunk. Unfortunately, because they were on a secret mission and there was a failure of communications, no one realized they had been sunk for about 5 days. The sailors that had gone in the water, there were about 800 that had gone in the water. A little over 300 of them survived because they were in the water without supplies for too long, and there was a lot of sharks in the area. It was a horrible tragedy. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were both horrible tragedies as well. But it did lead to the end of the war. It did save a lot of American lives, because the next step would have been an invasion of the Japanese mainland, and that would have been a massive undertaking that would have cost quite a few American lives. Probably would have run into the high thousands to, hundreds of thousands. So anyways, that's gonna do it for today. So please subscribe, give us thumbs up, thumbs down, comments below, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great evening.